Hello everyone, your voice here and welcome to our channel Sansevieria 101. So for this episode, we're going to feature another trifasciata cultivar. And this particular cultivar is still belonging to the short leaf group of trifasciata. So far we are currently featuring the short leaf or what other people call as dwarf trifasciatas. However, for myself, I would rather describe it as accurate as it can be. So the most distinctive part or aspect of these trifasciatas that we are currently featuring, because we have already featured the long leaf or the full size trifasciata. They are the original trifasciata size, which is reaching to about 4 to 5 feet in length. And then we also featured the medium sized, where those are trifasciatas that are growing more than 6 inches but not more than 2 feet. And now what we are featuring are the short leaf type. They are trifasciatas that are having leaf length that are 3 to 4 inches, even 2 inches. There are some trifasciata short leaf that are very small compared to what I'm showing you right now, and they would be measuring shorter leaf, smaller leaf, narrower leaf, but the fact remains that all of them are distinctively shorter in leaf size compared to the medium-sized group of trifasciatas and the full-size group trifasciatas, or the long leaf group of trifasciata. So going back, this particular cultivar is named as Trifasciata Loops Pride. So keep in mind, folks, that it is written as Sansevieria, which is the genus Trifasciata, the species, and the cultivar's name is Loops Pride. So if you're going to say it correctly or going to write it correctly, it's Sansevieria Trifasciata Loops Pride. There is no honey eye inserted or included on that name. It is because it was not Sylvan Han who introduced this, although it may have come from or stemmed from the honey eye trifasciata, which Sylvan Han originally introduced, or the first short leaf that came out or mutated. So from that, other branches came out from that short leaf, and what I'm showing you right now, like I mentioned, is already Loops Pride. I'll include the spelling on the left hand corner of this content or the video. And so let me just give you a brief history or origin of Sansevieria Loops Pride, because I myself before was wondering where Loops Pride came from, or why was it named Loops Pride, who the hell is Loops Pride. So now that I am doing these features, or I am presenting to you the Trifasciata cultivars, I myself is learning about them, and I'm learning at a tremendous rate, because I'm getting all the information that I need, and sometimes I may forget, though. That is why it is very important that I record it, so that I have some means of going back into getting into the information that I already shared. Sometimes I may forget, so I tend to go back to the videos that I already made, so I can be refreshed on the information that I need in a particular discussion that I am getting, or discussion with fellow Sansevieria collectors, or someone asking for IDs. I could go back to the videos, and for people that are watching, you can as well go back to the episodes that I have already uploaded. If you have questions, or if you're interested to know the origins of the cultivars of Trifasciata that I already have featured, I featured about more than I think more than 50. I'm about to reach 60 cultivars just for Trifasciata. So It's not complete because it's impossible for me to get all the trifasciata cultivars, although I have already uploaded more than 50 going to 60 cultivars of trifasciata on this channel. So if you want to search, don't search on the main search tab of YouTube, because you will be directed into some irrelevant information about Sansevieria or trifasciatas. If you want, go to the channel. If you want to really uh, take a shortcut, or make sure that you are searching correctly, you have to go to the channel itself. On the channel itself, there is a search tab, and search your queries there. About, you type the name, or the, if you know the ID of a certain Sansevieria, you can type it on there, and you will be and it's sure that you will be able to find or directed to the correct Sansevieria IDs that you're looking at. So going back, why was it named Loop Sprite? Because I have the same question when I was starting. So it is only now that I have discovered. So Loop Sprite is because it was discovered by Alex Korsakoff. He's in Jacksonville, Florida, back 1964. So that was a very long time ago. And the name of the nursery that introduced this particular cultivar is Loop's Nursery. So they have discovered this certain cultivar and named it Loop's Pride. So it was discovered on or in Loop's nursery, and sorta, the gist of it, or I would say that this is their pride. It's a discovery that they made. That's why they named it as Loop's Pride, because it came from Loop's nursery, and it is their pride and joy. So that's the most probable reason why it's called Loop's Pride. So just keep in mind that correctly, it's ID'd as Sansevieria trifasciata Loop's Pride. It's not Sansevieria trifasciata Honey Eye Loop's Pride. That's wrong. It's just Sansevieria trifasciata Loop's Pride. Although it's still part of the short-leaf group of trifasciata, it doesn't need to have the name Honey Eye with it. So it's just trifasciata Loop's Pride, and I've given you a brief detail, or a brief discussion about the origin of this particular cultivar. Now, if you really want to dig into it, you can find details or information about it in the old book of Juan Chainayan. You can find it on his book, The Sansevieria Trifasciata Varieties, 1986. It is on page 82. Also, you will find this, if you were interested, you can apply membership with the International Sansevieria Society. It is found in the ISS Journal, issue 31st, page 9. So those are the information. I'll also include that on the right hand side of this content, so that you can search yourself, and if you want to dig into it, if you want to know if I'm really telling you the truth, you can find details about that, about this trifasciata cultivar, on the details, or the reference that I have mentioned. Now, going back, um, like I said, this is a short leaf, and let me just give you a quick description about it. The leaf color, the base color, or the most prolific color of the cultivar, is solid dark green. So it is dark green, and that is the base color. Now you have margins on it. I wouldn't say that it's really white, because if you really look into it, yeah, it looks whitish, but it really is the pale green color of the original Honey Eye trifasciata. So this came from Honey Eye, it mutated, and then only the sides now have the original color or original pattern of the Honey Eye. only the sides and then the center part of the leaf became solid dark green in color. So there are no bandings on the center part. If there are bandings, they are very minimal, almost nothing. The banded part became the margins of the leaf. So that is the explanation of the mutation, and that's what I have observed. I am only giving out observations. I don't know if everyone will agree with me, but in my experience, because I have grown a lot of trifasciatas, you can check the channel. I have already uploaded almost 60 types of trifasciatas. So I don't know if you believe me, but what I'm saying is that is my own observation. There are other experts who will tell you another observation about trifasciatas, but what I tell you is what I see right now and what is facts that I can point out when I am discussing about Sansevieria in the channel. So, like I said, it's not really whitish because only the juvenile leaf would be really the whitish bandage, but in reality, that's the light or the pale green color from the banded original Trifasciata honey. Now, if I show you the mature leaf, you would see that it's no longer white. It is still, in my opinion, it's pale green in color because I'm no expert in the colorations of green. There are color coding. There are codes for colors, especially in green. There are a lot of code for green, but in simple words, um, the banded type pattern became the margin, and then the center part became solid green. And then you would see that it's no longer whitish, but instead pale green. So there you go. Those are the explanations as to how what became of this particular cultivar, how it mutated from the honey eye trifasciata. And aside from that, though, I have nothing to add. So if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. Before we end, though, I always take measurements for the sake of recording it. This is not the widest leaf among what I grow, but for taking records in average or average data, I'm taking note of the measurements of the leaf sizes of how wide the leaf of short leaf trifasciata. So this one leaf is 36.8 millimeters wide. We'll try to figure out if we can. This one's the oldest. It's scarred. This one, it was burned because I'm subjecting them to intense sunlight. Uh, for the reason that I don't want them to get any fungus. Sunlight will kill the fungus on trifasciatas, but they would need some rain often to get the mites away from them. So if you have them in a covered area, make sure to wet the upper portion, because if it stays dry for a long period of time, most probably the mites will attack it. In fact, later on I will be showing you some of the samples that was already attacked by mites. So going back, the leaf width of this one is 49.7 millimeters. So we'll take that into recording. I have to review the video to take note. Going back, what's next is to measure the leaf, and I already said that short leaf types would be around 3 to 4 inches. So I have the ruler here. I'll try to insert it. This one is about 5 inches. The juvenile leaf is 2.5 inches. I don't know if I can find a longer one. This one. So like I said, it's 3 to 6 inches on an average for the short leaf trifasciata. So, like I mentioned, the measurements of the leaf are not exact. You have to take into correct consideration the law of average when you're measuring. Some of them would be shorter, some of them would be longer, but there is an average growth for Sansevieria. So, some of my friends before was arguing about a certain specimen that has grown longer compared to the average. So my answer to that is that you have to take into consideration the law of average, because not all of the leaves will grow as long as that one leaf. In fact, in a colony, you might be just growing just one leaf, and then the others are, yeah, just having the average size of leaf. So that doesn't count as an average or the exact leaf length that you're basing to for you to conclude that you have a certain species identified or not. So that's it for this specimen. Now I promise to show you one with the mite attack. So I'll show you now, and this is how it would look like. I'm going to focus. You can still save it, but on the earliest symptoms that you will find reddish um, wounds on your plant, especially on the base part of the leaf, like what I'm showing right now, that reddish part over there, it's sure to have mite attacks on it. So this one, fortunately, it survived, because I'm going to give you some tip for people who are asking some questions. Some of the contents I already gave an answer. So those are perks of people who are avid watchers of the channel. For people who are asking questions, sometimes I wouldn't give you the direct answer. That is because I want you to watch the video so that you understand, rather than being spoon fed by me each and every time. So I would encourage you to watch the contents of the channel, because some of the information are in the contents, so I don't share them proactively when I'm asked. You have to watch the contents on the channel for you to understand, and for you to know how to deal with problems with trifasciatas or the other species of Sansevieria. Now, like I mentioned, this has been attacked on the core. As you can see, the mites already ate up the core. So for you to save them, not necessarily will you be pulling out the plant and change the potting mix every now and then. That's tedious, and that's not very efficient, because you have to buy potting mix, and they're not for free. So this method would save your plant, and that's hydrogen peroxide again. Every 2 days, spray on the core of the plant. Hydrogen peroxide has a burning effect on miniature or very small substance, or for example, mites that are microscopic. I say that they will burn, because in rain, they don't like rain. So uh, they tend to not attack your plant when you have them subject into a roofless position, because every now and then the rain would drop, and then that they don't like being wet. However, if you will have placed them on a roofed area wherein it will be very dry for several days, they like it. They want to infest places wherein it's dry. That is why one of the reasons that I spray it every 2 days or every 3 days with hydrogen peroxide. Number one is to heal the wounds that are on there that are caused by them, and number two is to keep them away from the core, because They like to live on the core of the plant or the base of the leaf. So if you frequently spray hydrogen peroxide, that deters them into coming into your plant. So this one is saved. It's living properly now. I'm subjecting them in rain or shine condition, so they're doing well. In fact, they have new pups now. So the pups have been also attacked, but I luckily I spotted them early, so started spraying hydrogen peroxide, so they stopped attacking, and you would know that the plant is okay when they're very hard. They're not flimsy, so they're healthy. All you need to do is to tediously, religiously spray hydrogen peroxide to keep these pests off of your plants. So that's one valuable tip that I can share to you into saving a trifasciata if in case you find the symptoms of the reddish wound bite marks that can be found on them. So like I mentioned, from time to time I will be giving out tips, so I suggest that you like and subscribe to the channel to keep posted and updated. um, it would be very helpful for you, and also your subscriptions will also help me out in the future. So it's just a give and take process. I give you some help. You also give me some help by subscribing to the channel and viewing the contents of the channel. So I guess this is it for this content. So folks, I'll be putting them back where I took them. And like I mentioned, if you have any further questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. And please like and subscribe to the channel if you want to get information about how to save your plants, what potting mix that I use. That's the frequent questions that is being asked from me. But I don't, like I said, I don't want to spoon feed people. So you have to watch the contents for you to find out what I am doing with my plants, because I really don't want to spoon feed especially someone just asking or leaving comments below that are not avid watchers. So there you go, folks. I hope you like what I have presented, and you all have a great day. Thank you for watching.